Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another show, man. What's up? Man, what's up?
What's down, everybody? Oh man, what a morning. We got a lot to cover today, and I think what's dope about the topic that we have to cover, is that in my personal opinion, I think it speaks to a lot of the reason why people are not able to become successful.
A lot of reasons why people block their blessings.
Block their blessings and also are not able to become successful, right? Because I've learned something, right? I've learned something over the years as an entrepreneur, bro, is that everybody, right, wants to know what's in it for them. Everybody wants to know what's in it for them. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's matter of fact, I believe that is essential to our ability to become successful. But it's also a fine line, right? It's a fine line where you can be so greedy that you can't grow. Greed, bro, in if you have a giving heart, listen to me now. Greed, if you have a giving heart, can be a phenomenal thing. Greed, if you have a selfish heart, will never be able to grow. Because the greed will overtake your ability to give, and once you can't give anymore, you will never be able to grow. It's a paradox. It's like a paradoxical effect. But we're going to dive real deep into this. We got a lot of information to talk about. We're going to get a little deep today, but we're also going to be talking about marketing and a lot of different things. But I want everybody to really kind of recenter themselves and understand the core fundamentals of why you do business the way you do business. But listen, my name is Byron, real estate investor out of Houston, Texas. Primarily focused on the wholesale space, do a little bit of creative finance, fix and flip, new to the build to rent space. Excited about that. Just closed another multi-million-dollar deal last week. I'm going to be sharing a lot of details on that. We're going to be building 16 to 18 units in a dope up and coming area. Just closed that deal last week. Phenomenal deal. Phenomenal numbers. And I'm truly excited about the one of many because, the goal was to lock in over $10 million. I want to lock in a minimum of $10 million in potential projects this year. And we are already close to halfway there. And we are just in January. So on the way to getting that done. But listen, O'Neal, it's on you. And plus, we got a special surprise today, y'all. Got a little surprise.
Man, we got a little surprise. Good morning. O'Neal Parker, real estate investor, entrepreneur out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Been investing in real estate 2015, full-time entrepreneur 2020. Do all things real estate, but love rentals, love passive income. That's my thing. The owner of Leverage to Wealth, teaching people how to leverage where they are currently in their life to get wealthy in real estate. And today, probably got about 12 hours left. Book a call with me, man. You got a flash sale. You got to book a call with me. Text the number I'm putting in the chat. 337-381-0208. Text Wealth. You can jump on a 15-minute Zoom call, see what we can do. That's me, man. I'm excited about today, man. It's going to be a hell of a conversation. But, I was just, doing my studying, looking at all the videos, man. I like the situation. I think I like the Keith Lee guy.
You like the Keith Lee?
I like to eat too, so I'll be excited. You know what I'm saying? I be acting like I'm eating stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of people mad at the Keith Lee guy. So we gonna tap into all of the nuances.
Can't make everybody happy.
Can't make everybody happy. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not just Keith Lee. It's a lot of food reviewers that are traveling. What I like about it is that it's giving visibility to otherwise restaurants that would otherwise be nameless. You know what I mean? McDonald's just didn't pop up as McDonald's like overnight. It took time for that to grow, systems and processes and all of the things. But you have some businesses that have phenomenal food, but for whatever reason, just can't get traction. Marketing, you know what I mean? So shout out to everybody in the family for pulling up this morning. We got Sophia in the building, Leah in the building, T, Victor, D, Bam Bam in the building. If anybody is interested in coming and sharing their perspective on the stage today, definitely tap into the link. We would be glad to have your perspective on this as we dive deeper. But before we move forward, we got something special for the folk today. Oh,
yeah, man. It might be a familiar face, might not be. You know, on who you are and how long you been with it.
Yeah. What we got? Oh, what we got?
How about we just let it pop up, man? Let's see what.
Yeah, Dr. Ashley V. Wilkinson in the building. What's going on?
What's going on?
Hey,
Ashley?
y'all.
What's up?
How y'all doing?
Oh, we blessed.
Y'all doing
We
good?
blessed.
Yeah, been good. How about you?
I missed you guys.
We miss you back.
Likewise.
Oh, it's so good to be back. Hey to the YouTube crew. First time meeting you. Thank you so much for having me. Shout out to the Clubhouse crew. Hey, y'all. Good to be back.
Yes, indeed.
Clubhouse.
What have y'all been doing the last few has it been a couple of months now? Like, what's going on? How long has it been?
It has been about 2 months.
Been a month. Yeah, about a month. Like 6 days. You know?
Yeah, not that much.
It feels longer than that, though.
Yeah,
I know. I legit think it was since like 2023, and we're like, going into the second month of 2024. So it's been at least since, I guess, November, December.
Yeah. December. It was December.
December.
6
Yeah, 6 weeks.
You're on point with the week.
Yeah.
Well, I am so proud of y'all. Congratulations for rocking and rolling and launching over here on YouTube. Shout out to all the new community members. It's great to be back. I look forward to tapping in more often right here on YouTube. So thank you, Byron. Thank you, O'Neal. I missed you guys.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now, I wonder, so am I considered the best news anchor on YouTube?
Easy work.
I would agree. You'd agree? Culture news. Top culture news.
Okay. Listen, I don't want y'all YouTubers coming at me for that. So don't do me. Okay? So we're here with the news this morning, the No Stingy Energy news. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm excited to bring you some updates that's going on in the world today. Now, here's a question. Have you all seen that the Wall Street Journal has recently connected Elon Musk to illegal drug use?
My God.
They're saying that this is the reason why, or they are attributing it to it, that Tesla's stock is performing poorly. But they also say that there's some connection between Elon Musk, drug use, and board directors. They said that Tesla has a clear drug-free policy. However, Elon Musk claims that he has passed all drug tests.
Well, what does it matter though? If he on his own business, man. Let the man do what he got to do.
Well, it's all good. It's all good until the stock start tanking. Everything is all good until the stock start tanking. You see what I'm saying?
But you got a lot of people that's successful. I ain't gonna say all of them. A lot of them are doing something.
Yeah, some of them do. Some of them do.
If it ain't
That's
weed,
true.
it's coke. If it ain't coke, it's weed. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it real.
Wow. I would say this. I think Elon, right? Me personally, just my thoughts, right? I think Elon, I really believe if he could just kind of stick to behind the scenes, right? And doing more of the car stuff and less of the social media stuff, I think he'd be all right. I really think he'd be all right. I think the fact that he is so present on social media, I don't know if his type of business benefits from that. So it's almost kind of like this, right? If you look at Apple, right? You look at Apple and Tim Cook, the CEO of Tim Cook. I don't know if we want to know Tim Cook's political views. I don't know if we care to know what
That's about his personal life.
Like, we just don't care. Like, matter of fact, it almost kind of engenders a certain level of skepticism. In my opinion, when you're that big of a company. Now, when you're a smaller company, I think it's cooler to be on social media. It's cooler for people to kind of have a lot more insight into your world and your understanding. But I think when you get that massive, like you're like the richest man in the world, I think you need to like kind of like
out a little
bit.
But at the same time, people want to know what his life is like too, though. You got to think about that too. Like, what does the richest man in the world do on a daily basis? What is he like? That brings more people too. That's just like, I hate to say it, it's like Trump.
I think people want to know what he does to tear him down at that point. I think people only want to know it's not for good reasons. People don't want to know what he's doing for good reasons. In my opinion, I think when you reach the top, bro, the only thing people are interested in is seeing you come down, bro. Like, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, bro. People like the underdog a whole lot better than the top dog, bro. Like, and I think, I don't know. It's just my thoughts, bro. I just think I'd be a little leery if I was him about being that in the face of the people. Just my thoughts.
You think he needed to take the Jeff Bezos approach and the Mark Zuckerberg, because them boys is not on the social media.
Yeah, was duck off, bro. Because it's at that level, it's like almost anything that you say can be misconstrued.
It's wrong,
yeah, bro. It can be misconstrued into something. Your reach is just too far, and everything you say is gonna be judged and scrutinized to like a very high level. And I just don't know if it'd be worth it. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
I don't see Jeff.
What y'all think of the chat? If you were the richest man in the world, would you be on social media platforms sharing your opinions on political pundits and sharing your, just being vocal, or would you kind of like duck off and just kind of enjoy your success and money? What's y'all take on that? I want to know.
What would you do?
I'm ducking off, bro. Yeah, I'm ducking the hell off, bro.
You out of there?
I'm out of there, bro. I'm out of there. It just ain't worth it to me. Just to me.
It's a lot more peaceful too.
Yeah, bro. A lot more people, bro. But just my thoughts. What you think, Ashley?
It depends on how I made my money. Because if I made my money quietly, I'm probably going to stay quiet. But really, I feel like we don't hear enough voices sometimes of all extremes, in terms of population. Listening to the perspective of every person across the board, we don't always hear enough voices of representation. I'm not saying that because they're rich, they need to be quiet completely, but Elon Musk hasn't been consistent. He hasn't been coherent. A lot of people are describing it as erratic. So I think that is really where the issue comes from. Not necessarily that he's being vocal, but a lot of it just doesn't make sense or add up. And it's not in alignment with some of the other behaviors that he has. So that's really where the issue comes from. I think if his arguments were, well-founded, well-documented, and he's been building on them, adding to them, people will be like, oh, okay, he makes sense right there, or not. But they'll be able to voice that. He's just been all over the place, and it's just if he's going to stay connected to his business in this way, then it's not beneficial for the business. It's not beneficial for those parties that are involved. And a lot of the people who use his products are looking at him sideways. I literally heard someone the other night say They have not been on X since Elon Musk took it. They said they used to love Twitter. That was their jam. They went in on it all the time, and they're missing it, but they refuse to log back on under the leadership of Elon Musk. And that was several people within the African American community.
Well, he lost some people, and I'm sure he gained some people too. Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. I was definitely staying a little key myself.
Which one did he do more of, though, O'Neal? Did he lose more or did he gain more?
Shit. I don't know. What's the reason why he bought it? That's what really matters. I'm sure he didn't really care about that anyway. He just bought it for all the data and emails, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's probably true because he did take control over all of that.
Yeah, I'm sure he could care less if people on there or not.
What'd you say?
I'm sure he can care less, if it's. I'm sure he still wanted to win, but I'm sure he cared less overall if people come and go. As long as they have like a core that keeps it going, I think he's good. That's just my opinion. What else we got in the news though?
There's so much going on in the news. Imagine being at an award show, like you are at the top of your game. They bring you on stage, you're getting awards, and then the next thing you know, there's like a ton of officers backstage taking you to jail. That recently happened to Killer Mike at the Grammys. He was getting an award, and then he was escorted off the premises.
Man, couldn't even celebrate an audience.
Couldn't even celebrate it. That's a hell of a go, ain't it? You go to jail.
Immediately.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
That's the biggest award you can get.
Yeah, and then go to jail after the fact, bro. That's horrible. That's horrible.
Me, in my opinion, I don't see how Killer Mike won Album of the Year. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Does he even have a BET award?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've never like officially jammed out to a full Killer Mike song.
I don't know one Killer Mike song.
I don't know one. Matter of fact, okay. Anybody in the chat right now, have you officially jammed a full Killer Mike album and was like, damn, this is the shit? Like, you really rocked out to it. Like, if you listen to a full Killer Mike album, it could just be me, but I ain't never jammed no Killer Mike album, bro. I listen to his commentary though. I like him as a commentator, but I never listened to his music.
I knew he was a rapper, but I thought he was like
Jasmine say she don't know one, not one.
I didn't know he was a rapper like that. Like actually put out albums. I thought he rapped like in the 90s and he still called himself a rapper today.
Wow.
You thought he was still hanging on to the title, but not acting.
That's it. Because I ain't never heard nothing active. All right, we got one person. Eric Brown.
But he won 3 Grammys, y'all. Like he won 3 of them.
I wonder if this is political. Because he do some good he do some good talking, you know what I mean? He advocates for a lot of stuff. So maybe
with that.
Yeah, probably.
Like I said, have you ever heard him winning a BET award? Come on,
bro. I ain't heard one Killer Mike hit, bro.
Did he ever perform? Because last year was 50 years of hip hop. I ain't never seen him nowhere.
Bruh.
Actually, though, that, there were a lot of heavyweights. Uncle Luke, he wasn't featured really anywhere last year for 50 years of hip hop, which was crazy. How do you not feature Uncle Luke? So that was a little shady last year. Some key people weren't featured last year.
Hey, I'm just saying a lot of different media outlets did like the 50 years of hip hop, and I ain't never heard no Killer Mike.
Not on one of them.
That's all I'm saying. Not on one of them. You know what I'm saying? MTV did it. Grammys did it. BET did it. Everybody did 50 years of hip hop. They even have football teams do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a halftime show.
Well, according to Killer Mike, he said that the arrest is what he refers to as a speed bump, that the security officers were a bit overzealous, but that he is confident that he will be cleared of these charges. It's supposedly connected to altercations that he was a part of, which prompted the arrest after winning 3 Grammys.
Well, shout out to him, man. At least not too many people say they want a Grammy.
Exactly.
All three, shout out to him. I don't know your music, but shout out to you.
I don't know your music.
That's
Well,
Byron is the music head. Byron ain't never, Byron ain't never
yeah,
like learn.
I listen to
He's a music guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't
But
heard that boy.
I will download some stuff today and see what it's talking about.
Yeah. See why it's Grammy worthy.
That's it. Maybe I can become a fan. We'll see. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Grammys, Jay-Z in his speech calls out the Grammys for snubbing Beyonce's album. This has been a constant thing about the Grammys not really giving Beyonce her due, the award that she deserves, and he's calling it out. What do you all think? This is not
my
the first
question is, how does Killer Mike
win album of the year? Beyonce.
Yeah. Yo, like, wait a minute.
What?
So
you were thinking hard about whatever this question is. I just want you to know your face was really serious.
I'm confused. Like, how does Beyonce?
What does it go by? What is it going by? It can't go by the album.
I need to see I need to see the rubric. I need to see the what they call it. How you find out who passed the test, who failed the test. What that is?
Is that a lie detector?
One of them. I need to find out. That's ridiculous. Like, how does he get an award like that, Ashley? I'm just asking. And
nobody
Beyonce can't get the big boy award. I'm confused.
So Jay-Z says, "We love y'all. We want y'all to get it right. I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than anyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work."
Wow.
Hey, they would not be inviting him back up there to speak.
No, man.
She has 32 Grammys. They call her the queen of the Grammys. She's the most decorated artist in Grammys history. Has never won Album of the Year.
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta side with Hove on this one, man. They could have gave her Killer Mike Award. Easy.
Right. Easy. He'd have been good with it.
Yeah. He would have been like, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, she got best rap album of the year. Yeah. She rap every now and then. Why not?
Rap. He did teach her.
Yeah, why not?
Up a little bit more too.
Yeah, and at least we know some of her rap songs. You heard some Beyonce rap songs before?
I did hear some with
absolutely
her album, her whole the Carter's 2 album. She was rapping.
My God.
I'm just saying. And then he said, think about that. Most Grammys never won Album of the Year. Some of you may get robbed. Some of you don't belong in the category. When I get nervous, I tell the truth.
Wow. Kiki said, let me find out Mike got arrested for stealing the Grammys. For rigging the Grammys on the low.
Not rigging the Grammys on the low. So everyone saying he does not deserve his Grammy win. Y'all just
I ain't gonna say. You know what? I like Killer Mike. I've listened to a lot of his commentary. I love the stuff that he speaks about. But I've never listened to his music. I'm sorry. Just never listened to his music.
Now y'all gonna make me Google and see if there's a song that I actually like by Killer Mike, because now I want to know.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm gonna be on album music later today.
Like, is there a song? What is his playlist, y'all?
Yeah,
I think he deserves a few downloads from us. You know what I'm saying?
Can someone put in the chat if there's like be serious? Is there one song that you like by Killer Mike and you're thinking y'all should know this song? Like, what is that? Let us know.
Which one, Eric? Put in the chat. Eric is a fan of Killer Mike, man. What song should we listen to? I did hear him multiple times. His whole album. You don't need to have no skips. That's what I heard. I heard it multiple times.
I really cannot remember one. So I'm going to do, and y'all know I love music. I am a music connoisseur. I know Killer Mike. I know the name.
Like that clean music, huh?
I listen to clean versions of rap songs.
Hey, actually, them don't hit the same.
Yeah. I like to hit a real the you up.
See, I don't need all that in my spirit.
I need all that.
I don't need all that in my spirit. See, there's some people listening to this show right now. They are on my side, they're on your side, and there's someone in the middle. I'm with the people over here. I gotta listen to the clean version. But I get what you're saying, though. I just don't need all that.
I was listening to Waka Flocka yesterday.
I like Waka
I go hard in the paint. You thinking, what? You thinking?
Hey.
And I was excited. You see, I really got excited listening to it. And I wanted to hear all of the cuss words, too.
Not all of the cuss words.
Yeah, I needed all of that.
It makes the song better.
I get excited not listening to the curse words too. Like I be rocking. I be, hey, I'm still good.
Ashley, that don't hit the same. That don't hit the same.
Nope.
Don't hit the same.
That's how you gotta hear is beep. No.
You don't want any interruptions. You want to listen to it all the way through.
I need to hear all the ratchet stuff.
Y'all are hilarious. Well, listen, as we close out the news segment, because I know you all have a lot to talk about on today's show, just want to give you all some updates that Trump has officially announced his candidacy for president. He's running again, even though he has personally staged a coup against the country that he's seeking to lead. Even though he's under litigation left and right. He has lost cases recently. He has more cases pending, but he is running for the highest office of the land. And he has gained more voters as a result of his announcement. There are people who are leaving. They're leaving their support behind for Biden. The Hispanic population has declined and the African American population has declined, and they are turning towards either Trump or independent. Some of them have not expressed who they're going to support. They just don't plan to stay where they are. And then some of them have expressed that they're going to support Trump. So this is going to be a very visceral, very contentious, very popular, very polarized campaign season as we are determining who's going to lead our country forward.
So it sounds like it's definitely not going to be Biden again.
No, that's not what I said. That is not what I said.
No, I said that's what it sounds like. That's what I said.
Look. Quietly voting over there. That's what he said. That's what he said, Ashley. He quietly over there voting.
I'm just trying to figure out. I just need to know. Put in the comments for the people who are voting for someone who's staging a coup in the country. Tell me. I just need to know. I just need to know what's going on.
All I can say is, man, look, man, Trump brought back some real good times.
That's when people was really watching the news, huh?
I'm just like, do y'all see what's going on? I don't understand it. Like,
man,
he left.
That's why people gonna vote for him. It's something different. Like,
yeah, it's something different.
People need some entertainment.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me taking over?
I promise. Yes.
All that, like
people like that.
Fighting, like all that. You're okay. All right.
I'm saying people. I never said me.
Okay. All right. I can't this good morning. I can't even. I can't. Because it's crazy.
Look at Biden. He old and boring. Nobody like him no more.
Oh, so y'all are okay. These said people, not you. These said people are literally selecting someone based on entertainment factor to lead our country.
No, that plays a part in it, but nah, because you got to think about it. We in the age of internet, social media, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. People, they want some entertainment.
Okay.
Biden ain't it. Biden, didn't he fall asleep or something while having a speech, or that was somebody else?
They don't even let that man have interviews. They be hiding that man.
But now people people like when Trump say crazy stuff because they get to share it, they get to talk about it. You got something to talk about. You gotta keep it real now. That brings more clicks to everybody, more news outlets, magazine covers. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everything.
So it's more sensationalized. You know,
it's money.
It's money. That's true. It is money.
And he knows money.
What? So let's look at that. So, okay. So media outlets, YouTube channels, everyone who benefits, they're all like, yeah, we're making more money because of him. Let's draw our audience towards him.
I agree. Would you agree, Byron?
That's the thing.
What's that?
That he brings more money to people.
You know, it ain't even about the sense, you know, all of, you know, the craziness. It was just, you know, at the end of the day, I know that, you know, Trump, the economy, bro, was going crazy when Trump was in there. I don't know what he did. I don't know.
Was it because of him or was it because of the pandemic?
Was it because
bruh, I think the pandemic was a reason why it would have been worse. I think, bro, I don't know. I think one thing I think about Trump is I think he does inspire businesses to invest. You know what I'm saying? And we need businesses to invest. We need businesses to feel confident about the future of the country in order to continue to invest. And I think outside, you know, the entertainment stuff, that's fun. You know, that's funny. You know what I mean? But I don't think it was just that. I think, you know, it's about business confidence. It's about people, you know, making bigger investments in the country and the growth of the country overall. And when businesses feel like they are comfortable or confident in being able to do that, they're confident in the leadership, you know, sometimes they will invest a little bit more heavy, take bigger risk, and maybe gain bigger rewards. That's it.
Businesses was thriving though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I made the most money I ever made with stuff like that.
Yeah. So you attribute that business thriving to Trump and not to some of the efforts and work of his predecessor who laid the foundation before he walked into office?
It could be.
Yeah, it could be a lot of things. I don't know. I'm not a politics guy, so I couldn't tell you.
COVID was introduced to our country on purpose, and then he provided stimulus checks to people as a smokescreen. Listen, so when you have people who overall they get benefited, right? Whether or not it's something that is sustainable, whether or not it's something that was because of Trump, but they saw that they received the benefit of a stimulus check, then that's enough to say, oh, Trump did all these things, but he can possibly get credit for things that he actually never did.
Yeah. I think when you become the president, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you get blamed for stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you, and sometimes you get praised for something that ain't had nothing to do with you.
That's a fact.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
But as leaders, we take it all on the chin. Yeah. It's accountability.
That's it. Same as a business. Sometimes you just got to take what happened. Hey, it is what it is. You ain't have nothing to do with that. Sometimes you get praised for something you ain't have nothing to do with. You gonna take the praise anyway.
Sometimes you got to take ownership of somebody else's failures and somebody else's mistake, and then you just got to be like, you know, we just got to do better as a company next time.
That's it.
It just is what it is.
But he's very vocal about his mistakes, though. Like, we know what his mistakes are. Like, we know them. Y'all like them, though. Y'all share them. Y'all are excited to see them. Like, that's the difference. Like, what in the world? Like, this is crazy that this is what we've come to as a people.
My God.
I don't Anywho, that concludes this morning's news. Thank y'all for having me back on the show.
Thank you for coming.
It's been a pleasure. I miss you guys.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
A minnow.
Yeah, you know. This news segment that we heard, Ashley, about this whole Keith Lee thing. It was I ain't gonna lie to you. It was kind of disappointing, right? So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna play a little clip real quick.
Now seen the clip with the young lady? Because she is defending herself and she is pleading her case to the people. I mean, she was in tears. She had some snot dripping
Who was
down.
that? Was that the girl that was working?
The lady, the owner, who
What?
said that
Wait,
she kept the money.
where you seen that video at?
It's on TikTok.
You still got it?
Yeah.
Send a link to Byron. I haven't seen her crying. Shit, I like to see. Let me check it out.
Yeah.
I like to see her crying.
Yeah, she need to be crying about something.
Yeah,
I mean, she
that was
she was
horrible.
doing the most. Yeah.
Well, she said she has a reason for keeping the money.
Nah, ain't no valid reason. She told you what to do with the money.
Yeah.
She said, here it goes. I don't know if you all can hear it, so I'll try it and see what happens. But she essentially said she kept the money because she said that the woman was a scam artist, and she said that the man didn't provide haircuts.
I don't think I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I want Keith Lee to tell me, after him knowing the truth now, if that man tell me to give them the money, I'll give it to him. Because I'm in for doing the right thing.
He told her to give him the money the same day he gave her the money.
Knowing that they was
He had valid instructions.
And just let y'all know she's a scammer.
Oh,
Who was scam?
I think she was projecting personal.
Well, you see, that's true. He already told me to. He told me, yeah, he did. He said, listen closely. Go to the video and listen closely to what he says. He says, give that barber the $1,000 for free haircuts. There was no free haircuts. My son paid him. There was no free haircuts. He wasn't even there for that.
All right. So she says that the barber wasn't there to provide haircuts. She says that if Keith Lee tells her now, after knowing that the woman is a scam artist and that the man didn't provide haircuts, to still give them the money, that she would give them the money, but that she is in for doing the right thing, and she believes the right thing is to keep the money.
So Ashley, I'm confused. So everybody did wrong but her. That's what she's saying.
That is what
she's taking the money for that.
That's what she's saying. She's saying
that sounds like scammy.
That sounds like the definition.
All scammers say the same thing. It's everybody's fault, not mine. They all got the same story.
But here's the thing, though. Like, okay, help me understand. Are you really willing to risk and lose your entire reputation, blessings that would be coming your way, business for your, income for your business? You're really willing to lose all of that for what? $2,000? Was it $2,000?
And if it's $5,000, it's still. He gave. I think he spent like $5,200 total or something over there.
No, yeah, it was about 5,000 when it was all said and done. And it was just disgusting. So here's the thing. This is what Keith Lee got to say about it, Ashley. Let's play what he got to say.
To be honest, there's not much to talk about, but there are a few conflated and confused things that's going around about the situation. So let's talk about them. 3 days ago, me and my family went to Sweetly Seasoned Food Truck. Number one, nobody had any idea we was coming. They found out we was in Dallas like everybody else found out we was in Dallas because we was posting videos in Dallas. So in hopes of us coming, they had t-shirts made and they was on live all day. So me and my family wasn't in cahoots with none of this. We was all under the impression that they were a team and this was a normal routine for them. The barber being there, the braider being there, family being there, a lot of people being there. This is our first time here. We are customers. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Number two, I was never under the impression that haircuts was free. Again, my family was watching the lives. We knew that he was cutting hair for $40. So when we walked up and I said, I want to get $1,000 to the barber to do free haircuts and $1,000 to the braider to braid hair, it was because in the original video, the son said it was slow due to marketing. That's marketing. God willingly, after we post the video, there will be a line out the door. If there's a line out the door and there's a barber and a braider doing hair while people are waiting, that's marketing. So again, it's in the hood. You play some music, you cutting hair, you braiding hair, y'all all sitting out, y'all having fun. It's a parking lot barbecue. So again, we don't know the behind the scenes if they knew each other, if they didn't know each other. And the reason why I didn't pay everybody individually, the interaction that you see looked longer than what it was. It was really only like a 5-minute interaction. Within that 5 minutes, 30 to 40 people pulled up. They was pulling up in droves. That parking lot was getting deep fast. And for me and my family safety in general, I don't ever carry cash around. And 9 times out of 10, if we tip, we always do it through the POS system. And even if we wanted to do it a different way, Zelle and Apple Pay wasn't an option because it was 4 or 5 people at the same time on live. So for safety reasons, they wouldn't be able to say their phone numbers or their personal information out loud. And as far as them taking my phone and putting their number in on Zelle themselves, I wouldn't hand my personal phone to nobody. So the POS system was an option that made the most sense. I've learned through this journey that sometimes it's deeper than the food, it's deeper than the marketing, it's deeper than the customer service. And this is one of those cases, in my opinion. Sweetly Season got a lot to figure out, and I thank God in advance that they do figure it out. The last thing I'm gonna touch on is the son is misconstruing something that I said, and I don't appreciate it. After I said out loud in detail what we deemed the money to be used towards, I also said y'all can divvy it out how y'all feel necessary. Meaning, after the money hits, because it's a POS system, it don't hit the same day. Y'all can send it out through Apple Pay, through Zelle, through Cash App, through check, through cash, however y'all feel necessary to spread it amongst the team. I thought and I still think that that's a very clear statement, but it's being misconstrued, in my opinion, intentionally misconstrued, that I said and the mom and the son can say who get the money and who don't get the money.
So Keith Lee did tell her to distribute the money how she felt necessary.
I never said that. Regardless of what's going on behind the scenes, I felt on my heart to do what we did. So for the mom to go on the back end and disregard where my heart was at and what I felt like God was telling me to do in that moment and distribute the money how she felt necessary is 100% wrong in my opinion. I see the memes and I see the jokes, but I am not in the business of shutting businesses down. Her actions did not sit right with y'all and her customer base. That resulted in the situation that she in today. We just ate the food and left a tip. I pray in advance that everybody in the situation stays safe. That's my biggest concern. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. God bless.
All right. Here's the deal.
What's your thoughts?
I think, this is a perfect example of greed, right? Greed and failure as a result of greed, excessive greed. The lady just flat out just took these people money, bro. And, and what we can learn from this as business owners is number one, marketing is not something that's free, right? And another thing we can learn from this is that when you do bad business, eventually it's going to catch up with you. Greed from the perspective of you're wanting to hold on to so much that you can never invest into something, into growth, will always result in you not growing as a business owner. Period. This is law. This is just the law of not only reciprocity, but it's the law of business. But what's your take? What's your take on this one, O'Neal?
Yeah, that's disgusting. Why? The man clearly told you give the money.
I think you muted.
You can hear me? You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it must be Byron. So for me, I think it's disgusting because he clearly gave
me, or is that you muted? I think you muted.
You.
Well, that's me.
Yeah, it's you. So I clearly, he clearly gave the lady instructions on what to do with the money. It's clear as day. Hey, get the lady. I think it was the lady that was working in the back. 1,000. Get the barber 1,000. You keep the other 2,000. Then he also gave another like 850. I think we'll get into that later. He also gave another 850 for the next few people to come, so they could eat free. And she only let 3 people eat free. After that, they started charging people again. So she ain't followed none of the instructions the man gave. So he literally was blessing her business, and she decided to do what she wanted to do. That's typically why people fail in life and in business in general. Like, somebody can give you clear instructions on what to do, and you figure out you know what to do. You got to figure it out. You're gonna do your own thing. That's why some people don't never see success, because they're not listening to the directions that was given. And we're gonna see what happens, man. We're gonna see what happens. What's your thoughts about it, Ashley?
I think the whole thing is unfortunate. I think that I understand what he's saying, that he didn't know the behind the scenes. So what she's saying is, once he finds out that those people weren't on her team, and once he finds out that they weren't going to provide the services that he essentially gave the money for, that she is confident that he would tell her to keep it, is her position. And his position is that he didn't know that they weren't on her team because he was there for all of 5 minutes, and that his words were taken out of context or misunderstood. He told her to distribute it how she saw fit. He meant the payment method. She said that she thought he meant that she could decide what to do with it. Once he gave it to her, she can decide if she gave it to others or not. So she's using his words against him, so to speak, but she's not using all of the words, right? So he said, give this to this person. And she's holding on to this one particular statement versus the directions overall. Obviously, he feels like, I think the bad thing about this is there was only one person in the airport who decided to take a bomb in their shoe. And now all of us have to take our shoes off, unless you TSA pre-check. All of us have to take our shoes off when we go to an airport. The same holds true in this scenario. This one person that he decided to bless this way may now prevent him from blessing others in the same way. So this now has the propensity to alter how he shows up at other businesses, or how he gives and sows seed to other businesses, all because of the way this situation was handled. So it's not even just about her. It's not even just about the $4,000. It's about how other communities can be impacted or not as a result of this scenario and this situation. One of the things that I do agree with him in saying is that, this was not his intent. He didn't plan for it to go this way, nor did he plan for it to blow up like this, but that her audience base disagreed with the way she handled it, which now
You actually got cut out.
am I cut out?
You back? Yeah, you good now.
I agree with regardless of how she said it, how he said it, what she understood him to say, that overall the essence is, and most people understood it to mean, give this person $1,000, give this person $1,000, give $2,000 worth of free food, and go on about your day. Everyone should have been happy with that scenario. People who got free haircuts should have been happy. People who got free braiding styles should have been happy. People who got free food should have been happy. And you all should have been happy to now have new customers who would, if they're happy with your service, pay the next time. But either way, you got paid for them coming this time regardless. That was a win-win-win scenario that has now turned into this, and it's unnecessary.
Don, what's your thoughts, man?
I didn't know who the guy was. So when I saw what you guys were going to talk about, I'm up early in the morning watching TikTok videos on who this person is. And what I see is that he goes to restaurants, he buys his own food, and then he
don't get it free.
Yeah,
you pay for it.
He pays for his food. Okay, so I'm from what I could see in the short time I had to watch the videos, I think the guy's sincere. And this whatever, and I had no idea there was any controversy until I came to the show. I thought you were just going to talk about. I said, now what could be negative about this? Okay, what's the drawback about him promoting somebody else's business and he buying the food, and then when he says it's good, a line appears out the door
in minutes.
Okay. Now all I want to know is, how can we get him to talk about the pill method? That's all I want to know.
Might have started serving some food, man.
Yeah, but anyway, that is a crying shame. And based on his track record, based on the evidence, anybody who comes out against him in this particular situation, I think his fan base is going to eat him alive.
You think his fan base going to eat him alive?
No,
or the family?
I mean, whoever comes out against this guy.
I got you. So Ashley Dye, what's your thoughts when it comes to that lady's business? Y'all think her business is still going to thrive or is it going to slowly die?
People have short memories. If she had a good business, she'll continue to have a good business.
Okay. What's your thoughts, Ashley?
I don't know. So the fact that they were begging for him to come tells me
she didn't have a good business.
Exactly. She was trying to get a good business. She was trying to leverage his influence and his network to get more people inside of the business. And so essentially it goes back to the same principle of sponsorship, right? So if, one of us brings the other one of us to our audience and we don't have a large audience, and the other person has a massive audience, and we say, you know what, we're going to bring you and introduce you to our audience so that our audience can start supporting you and grow your business. And then you do wrong by me, but you wanted my audience. So now my audience has a negative perception of you, and they no longer want to support you, but you asked for them to come.
Yeah, but you and the guy, and from what I can see, the guy can't be bought. And so
it's not about money for him.
Yeah. So when he comes in, you're saying, look, sir, I want you to evaluate this situation, and then and what he grades it from 1 to 10. You invite him in, and he gives you a 1. You don't. What's up with that? You better know. You want to know you're on 10 if this guy comes by.
Correct. He says some things he don't post. Like if it's that if it's that bad, he's not even gonna post it because he don't want businesses to go down because of him either.
Okay, I get it.
So I think he only posts mid business and good businesses because he don't want that. He don't want that drawback.
Yeah.
I think he's very responsible. I think he's very responsible. I think he is kind-hearted. I think he really thinks about how he engages his fan base. I think he does it to help others, but not to tear them down. So, if they're really good, he'll share, even if they have a couple of hiccups that they can improve upon. But overall, good, he will share. But he doesn't seek to destroy or tear down. He doesn't use his stardom, his fan base, his audience to do any of those things. I think he's good-hearted. And I think he had a good heart when he did this. I think he gave them more than enough direction of what his intent was with the money. And I think they decided to do their own thing. They're getting the drawback from doing their own thing. And I think it's unfortunate because now this gentleman who's been walking around helping people because he enjoys it. It's something that he loves to do. It's family centered. His family goes in, he stays in the car. They go and spend their money, buy the food, and then do a critique from the car live. And then once his critique is over, if it's a positive one, he posts it while he's there. And then as soon as he's there are people ready, waiting, that shows up instantly. What the world? And you're going to literally mess that up because of $4,000? Like, it's so short-sighted. And that's the problem, I believe, with so many people, is the short-sightedness.
Let me explain a couple of I want to explain a couple. What was you gonna say? Oh,
let me play the video of how her business was before he showed up. This is a few days before it showed up. going to Don point, because Don was like, she had a good business before or whatever.
Hey, everybody. So I decided to close down early. It was like 3 hours and no one came. So my question is, do you think I should have stayed? And if you think so, why? Because gas was steady burning. Hi.
And this is January 27th that she posted.
See? And I didn't even see that. But
Not one person went.
Well, because you don't beg him to come. So the purpose of his audience and the purpose of him, essentially, what he's created a niche. He has given free marketing to people who are begging for people to know what their good service, good product, good cuisine is. And he is giving that to them, right? So I didn't even know she posted this video, but stand to reason, he said that they had shirts made. They've been begging for him to come. And he decides to pull up. He didn't communicate with them that he's pulling up because he does everything. He doesn't want anything.
Do it randomly.
He don't want you to be prepared.
He doesn't want anything to be prepared for him. He doesn't want any food to come from another source and not be prepared on site. He wants everything to be authentic and pure and clean in the process. He wants the people to get the raw of what is going on. So they ask for him to come. He shows up. He doesn't tell them he's showing up. She needed the visibility for her business. He didn't need her for his business.
And he paid her. Mind
and
you.
He paid for his food. Yeah.
He paid for his
food.
Get
nothing free.
Gave her a tip to promote her business. She drops the ball. My God. But here's the thing, though. I know we looking at it like, oh, my God, this is crazy. This is crazy. But I believe people commit this same business sin every single day. And especially new business owners. And we're going to break it down. But continue on, Ashley.
Oh, yeah. I'm waiting to hear about that.
A lot of us commit this business sin. Go ahead, Ashley, my bad.
Don, what was your thoughts after seeing that video, man? She had the spot on for 3 hours and she had to close it down. This was January 27th. I think he went maybe February 3rd or 4th.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Exactly what I was saying. Yeah. So
I think she better be done.
Here's the thing, folks. If my business says I'm open from this time to this time, you need to be there from this time to that time, because when people come by and you ain't there, Lord have mercy. I mean, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
See, even to me, that's greed. That's greed. She feel like she ain't got time to even stick to the hours that she committed to for the people that she committed to serving. So are you here to serve a good product? You understand what I'm saying? Or are you here to be served?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, she messed up in a lot of ways, bro. He gave I think $900. He said, man, let people come eat for free. All the people that's coming, I pay for them. She let 3 people eat for free. After that, start charging again. So it's showing many signs that she greedy. It's all about the money, bro. Too many signs, bro.
So you try to say 3 people cost $2,000? What kind of food are you serving? Man. How in the world can you even justify only allowing 3 people to eat for free if he gave you $2,000, but yet you kept the whole $4,000? How can you even justify? So let's say, because I feel like this. I feel like there is a way that this could have been cleaned up. And here's the way. If she said, you know what? I thought he said for me to use it as I saw fit. There were a lot of people wrapped around the door that wanted food. We spent the whole $4,000 feeding the community. That could have been a way. But you didn't give this person $1,000. You didn't give that person $1,000, nor did you give $4,000 worth of free food.
The question is this, right? So Don, real quick, I want to ask Don this real quick. Do we as business owners, or do we look to serve first, or do we look to get paid first when we enter the marketplace?
You know, I was reading a book, and the book is called The Go Giver,
Mm.
and that question is asked in that book, and as does it make money? That's what the guy in the book said. Does it make money? He says that does it make money is not a bad question, but it's a bad first question.
Mm.
Okay. And if it serves, then you'll make money. So one of the laws in that book is your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them.
Mm.
Okay. So if you want to, there's no limit, to your income when you serve people well, because they will be cheerleaders for you.
Mm.
All right. So yeah, if you're not in the business to serve, if you don't love what you're doing, if you're in it for the money, people will smell it on you. I call it commission breath,
Mm.
and it stinks.
You know, it's funny. I'm glad you mentioned that, because when you think about it, O was talking about it earlier. So the first ball she dropped, everybody, is the free tasting test. Imagine how many people, right? She had the opportunity to serve, because listen, here's the thing. And she was going to be paid for it. It wasn't like she wasn't paid for it. Oh, she got paid to give people free examples or free tasting tests of what she is able to provide to the marketplace. Drop the ball. That's
She
an
ain't have to do
opportunity.
nothing. She ain't do nothing but follow directions and
That's
cook.
it.
That's it.
Bro,
She gave him multiple millions of promotion.
It's insane. She could have gave away a lot of free food that was paid for free food. She got free promotion by the social media chick that was supposed to get the 1,000. She was going to continue to give her free promotion, right? On top of that, if it was me, I'm gonna just keep it real with you. If it was me, I would have took that opportunity, done, to give away free food pretty much that entire day. Because here's the thing, where are some of the best forms of marketing? Anybody, if you know what's the number one form of marketing, I would love to see it in the chat. Anybody know what one of the best forms of marketing is? The best form of marketing. What's that? What you say, Ashley?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Where does word of mouth come from?
It comes from somebody who's tried
Thousands
your
of customers that enjoy your food.
that tries your stuff and likes it.
Tried your stuff and like it. So wait a minute. So you mean to tell me she missed out on the opportunity to give people the opportunity to like her food for free, right? And take her message and spread her praises throughout the community. She missed that opportunity. You mean to tell me she missed that opportunity?
She dropped the ball.
Did dude say he even liked her food?
He liked it.
Oh,
It was mid.
It
He
was
gave
mid.
about like
He gave
7.5.
an 8. But that's high for
Yeah,
him.
it wasn't the best, but it was still, it could have brought us some money.
Not only that, with the Keith Lee effect, like it really could backfire on her, because when he gives a review, it stays in circulation for a while,
Yeah, they ain't going
especially
nowhere.
if it's a mid and above. People fly out to the establishment. So her missing that opportunity, it wasn't just that 4,000. She had a chance to make a whole lot more money. Now you turn in for the opposite effect. That's no longer the Keith Lee effect. That's the you effect that's about to happen.
Yeah, she dropped the ball, man. I got another video. I think, Byron, you trying to talk, you on mute. So this is the video from a girl that was actually over there. She was there. She was in the situation. She's supposed to get money too. So let's check this out.
Wondering how we got here. Well, let me tell you. So a lot of y'all know yesterday I got to meet Keith Lee. Great. Congratulations. I'm still humbled by the experience. Like, I am ecstatic. Blessings to your family. I really appreciate you. But now this is where the downfall comes in. A lot of y'all was on my live when he said this.
I see y'all giving out haircuts. So
My little brother, yeah.
he wants to leave $1,000 to the barber so he can cut everybody.
Oh, that's my little brother. He wants to go pick up my baby brother from school.
We want to leave you $1,000 to cut hair. We want to leave you $2,000.
And granted, everything was cool, right? Me being me and thinking everybody else is going to have the same genuine heart as me, I charged him $4,000 on his card, meaning all the money went to the food truck in hopes that she would do what she needed to do, right? Wrong. So after everything had died down, mind you, on top of him tipping $4,000, this man left an extra $886 to feed everybody else that was coming, right? Right. But this is where she went wrong. I'm in the truck, mind you. I'm a worker. This is your business, so I'm doing what you say. She tell me after this person, which is a third person, that you got to start charging again. Now it's one thing when he say I'm leaving this for free, and for somebody to come and order like one of everything on the menu and try to get both desserts and drinks and shit. Like, yeah, you can put a limit on that. But if this man left you almost $1,000, why the fuck did you stop handing free food out after the third person? Make it make sense. So, all right, everything was cool. It was time to close down. You know, my friend done ran to the store. He helping his mom. He coming out his pocket with his own money. And I looked at her and I was like, so Keith Lee literally just spent $5,200 with you. She was like, girl, I know. I'm so excited. Like, before I got on here, I was broke. And before y'all come for me talking about don't be releasing no personal information, it got personal when you played with my baby brother. So everything was cool, calm, and collect, right? She told me, she said, look, I just want to let you know it'll be about a day or two before you guys get your money. I work with Square. I've been running my business for the past 4 years with Square, so I know exactly how it works. But if you've been running this business for years, your money gonna clear the next day, correct? So this morning we got up. Mind you, I'm thinking I gotta go back to help her because yesterday you ain't have nobody that wanted to work for you. You get what I'm saying? So my friend had me come and help you, and then my brother was really only out there, but you somehow trying to make it seem like my brother was giving free haircuts when he was posting flyers with his prices on them. Come on. So then I wake up today, people hit me up talking about, we want to make your menus, we want to make your flyers, da 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 da. My main thing was, I'm not the face of this company. You get what I'm saying? I'm not the face of this company, but I can put you in contact. If you go through my comment section, you will definitely see where I'm tagging her business over and over and over because people thought it was my shit. So I hit her this morning, was like, Kim, you have workers today? Also, there's a guy who's wanted to do your menu and flyers for you, so I'm sending him your number. Who is this? Sherelle. Yes, I have workers for today, and you can send me his info. Thank you. That was it. So I respond back. I will send you his Instagram, and did you see if your money cleared? You can keep the money that was left for me, but my brother is preparing to leave and go back home, and I'm unsure how he'll get it once he leaves. Granted, all I had to do was send it to her, or she could have sent it to him, whatever. She said, please call me back so an agreement can be made.
Wow.
But before we even got to those messages, she called me, and she was just like, well, I didn't invite your brother to come out there and cut hair.
Wow.
I didn't invite you. My son invited you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give $1,000 to my son, and he'll give y'all whatever it is he sees fit out of there. Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. Now, I did you a solid by saying I get money. When I opened my eyes this morning, I had a deposit for $1,500. You get what I'm saying? And I made money since. So I told you to keep my money.
Paul. This is disgusting.
Keith Lee don't know my brother.
This is
too much.
This is disgusting. So listen. So wait a minute. So, bruh, she switched the game up immediately.
It's too much, right? It's too much.
But the thing about it is, bro, I believe that a lot of us are doing similar tactics in our business, especially new entrepreneurs, every single day. We're doing this. We don't think we're doing it because we here's the thing. Anytime you go into business, a lot of times we have to look at the long haul.
Not today.
You
gotta look at the effects of what is going to happen later.
You understand what I'm saying? And so what we'll do is we'll look at our right now, right? We'll look at our right now, and we will stop based on our right now and fumble the later. And this is consistent.
He did all that for $5,200.
$5,200.
She could have been making, $10,000, $15,000 a day after this video was released.
I just said a minute ago that her actions were very short-sighted. And even in listening to this young lady recant her side of the story, we only know her side, in that video. But one of the things that she said was the owner said, I'm so excited. I was broke and now I got $5,000. And that's where she decided to focus. I was broke and now I got $5,000.
My
And
God.
she was only thinking today versus my business can make $50,000, $500,000, $5 million in the future if I nurture this new audience that's coming my way. If I keep showing the videos that he has produced that I can continue to share, that I can continue to build upon, if I continue with the word of mouth, one thing people are going to do when they get free food is tell everybody, oh, I got free food here and it was delicious. And on top of that, everyone else would have told how they got the free food, right? So that would have contributed to the story, to the experience, and to more people wanting to try it out because of who the man is and the fact that you tapped into his platform. Again, it's short-sighted.
I'd say another thing with that goes to show herself and everybody around her that she's not ready for a big influx of money. She tripping over 5,000. Just imagine if she get 500,000. You know what I'm saying? What type of person she'd have turned into? She'd have probably turned her son. It sounds like money is motivating for her. You know what I'm saying? Money comes first, then everything else.
I'm listening to this guy on the TikTok videos this morning, and he said that he got one of the restaurants he went to gave him some feedback. It says, we sold more burgers in one day than we sell in 8 because UK. Because of that one interview, we sold more burgers in one day than we sell in 8 days.
The whole week.
Dang, what's up with that?
It's greed. You know, at the end of the day, it's the same energy she done she had when she didn't show up and she said, I'm leaving early because nobody coming. That same mindset is the same mindset that's going to keep her from ever growing, right? It's the same thing with marketing, right? I remember, it's so funny. And this I'm sharing a personal story, right? Because when we knew, again, we have to learn these things. We don't come out the womb knowing these things. I remember I had made $40,000 in wholesale deals within the first couple of months of me doing real estate, right? Made about 40 grand. And it was relatively quick. And one of the things I struggled with was the marketing side of the business, because like when I made the money, for whatever reason in my mind, I'm like, damn, okay, so if I spend this money, I'm losing the money that I just made, right? To make the money in my mind. This is in my mind. So what I did was I said, I ended up hiring me an admin person. Matter of fact, that admin person is with me still today. And she came in and actually, no, I'm sorry. I take that back. So I hired my first admin. That was actually one of my cousins, and she started helping me out. And what I did was when I hired my official admin, I hired her and I told her, look, spend this money on marketing for me, because I'm going to stop. I'm going to eventually stop. And my mentor at that time told me, look, you need to allocate 6 months to this marketing campaign to see how well or how bad it officially works. If you don't have enough for 6 months, then you need to pick a different marketing strategy, or you need to lower your overall budget, but you need to do 6 months to see if this thing is going to work or not. And so that's what I did. So I gave her the money. I mean, the ability to make the payments. And I told her, look, you pay it, because if I got to pay it every single month, I'm going to make a different decision.
You're not going to pay it. I'm
not going to pay it, bro. I'm going to keep it real with you. So after she did that, I just started to see money start to trickle in. Now, I'm not going to lie and say it started initially. It probably took me about 3 months before that marketing really started to show fruit, right? But once it started showing fruit, it consistently started to show fruit. And it consistently started to kick out fruit. And I say that to say this. If it would have been up to me and I stopped in them 3 months, right? Because I'm not perfect, right? I'm gonna see that slow growth, and I'm gonna be, in month 2, I'm gonna be like, yo, like, wait a minute.
It ain't working.
This may not be working. You understand what I'm saying? But instead, what I did was I continued to just let that seed to continue to plant. And eventually I was able to reap a harvest. But it didn't happen to 3 months. That's 90 days in. It's a lot of time to be discouraged. Too. Right. And it goes back to the lady saying, at the end of the day, she's showing up inconsistent, right? She's not consistent. You can't depend on her to even be there to open up her business, right? Because she's afraid that people aren't showing. Listen, when we make a commitment to people, when we make a commitment to serve, right? We show up. We show up regardless, right? We show up regardless if 2 people left, if 3 people left, if 1 person is there, we show up. Right. And those are the seeds that you plant, right? That helps you sustain long-term success in business. When you can show up when it's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, that's how you set yourself up. Nobody just hits it out of the park on their first try. That's very rare, very rare. What typically happens is we show up, and eventually something pops. Eventually something hits the moon, something goes viral, something happens. But that is the cadence. That's the cadence of true success. I'm gonna say this last thing before I close out. I was watching another video, and I've also read other articles about how they talk about how some NFL players and stars, right, movie stars, they go broke. They end up going broke after their career is over, right? And then I thought about that. Here's the thing. If you didn't have financial literacy and discipline going into the league, right, you're going to exit the league with that same lack of financial literacy and discipline, and probably even worse, because now you've picked up a lot of bad habits with piss poor financial literacy and discipline, right? And now you just got a bigger budget to blow a bigger bag on bigger foolishness. You see? And so again, this financial literacy piece, it can't be ignored. This financial discipline thing can't be ignored. Then here's another thing in the business. Integrity in business. It can't be ignored. It cannot be ignored, because when it is ignored, you will set yourself up for perpetual failure before you even start. Again, for me, it was a marketing budget for me. That was the thing, the hurdle I had to overcome. I had to continue to consistently invest despite me not seeing immediate results. But I just wanted to share that. Oh, what's your thoughts on that?
I want to talk about what you was talking about, man, how athletes, entertainers get into business, they get into it making bad financial decisions, and it gets even worse, as they're in the business, because now they start hanging out with people that's making way more money than them. So they think they can still live the same lifestyle that they making. They may be getting paid $5-6 million a game. You're getting paid $500,000-600,000 a game. Y'all on 2 different levels. But just because you're in the same environment, they start picking up habits from the other guys that's making way more money, and they put them in a bad position. But I think everybody can learn from that situation, because just because you're not making that certain amount. If you still in your life, if you hanging around people that's making 100, 200,000, you're only making 50, and y'all doing the same things, it's a big problem, because they have extra money to spend, but you don't. But with that, I think it'd be helpful if they get a savings and earnings report. What you think about that, Don? You know what I'm saying? I think they can help out.
Yeah, listen, getting that savings and earnings report will help a whole lot, because it's all about managing your finances. When we manage, we do well. You can do a lot. You can do a lot with less.
But most people don't even know what they have coming in, dog. They don't know what's coming in and going up.
Nope.
They just know what's coming in. They don't know what's going up. Like, I be seeing a ton of commercials. People be like, I think I'm only paying $100 a month on all my subscriptions, but they be paying $200 on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. So you got to get your financial house in order. And if you want to be successful, you want to be financial literate. But definitely check out, man, ice10k.com, man. He got the savings and earn report. I think we all should get started on that today. Make sure y'all go on ice10k.com. I think we even got a video too, man. Make sure y'all check that out.
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down from my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
Listen, man, make sure y'all visit ice10k.com to get your savings and earnings report. We all need one. Shit, I'm going to have to fill one out today too myself.
Absolutely.
Even if you think you got your financial situation in order, you still need to go check it out. Because it may not be in the best situation that you think. Because we all blinded because we think we know everything when we really don't. You got to change your financial situation, man.
That is an absolute fact. Absolute fact. And knowing what's going in and coming out is absolutely critical for every business owner and for every personal household. But I want to tag into this thing, right? Because when we're talking about marketing, right? And I want to leave everybody with some 100% solid gems that you could take into your business and start working. So number one, we just learned how to fumble a bag 100%. If you want to fumble a bag and guarantee
go watch that.
Low levels of success, go watch the video that we just played today and just follow that pattern. Just follow that pattern. Yeah, you're going to every now and then get somebody to feel sorry for you, right? It's every now and then somebody going to feel sorry for you and give you some money. And then you're gonna blow that bag every single time, and it's a guaranteed recipe for failure. If you're looking for that, just watch the video that we just played earlier. If you want to know how to grow beyond that, right? You want to grow outside of that, you need to pay attention. Number one, listen, as business owners, never miss an opportunity to give some free giveaways. Why? Well, at the end of the day, what is one of the most important, the most impactful, the most powerful forms of marketing? Word of mouth. How do we get word of mouth? We have to allow people to taste our product. We have to allow people to consume so they can know that this is a good thing, right? Never miss an opportunity for business exposure. Never miss an opportunity for business exposure, okay? Because exposure is how we generate new leads. New leads are critically important. So I want to stick on this real quick. So when we're talking about leads, one thing that happens a lot of times, right, is we tend to have, and I've suffered from this as well, right? So a lot of the things I'm telling you, you know me, I'm anti-theory. I'm literally telling you the things that I've went through, right, and had to learn as a business owner, right? So new leads. A lot of us, when we are looking for new leads, we are automatically thinking about the pool and the circle that we are closest to, right? And then when we get a limited mindset when we have to think beyond the people that we are closest to, right? So the moment that we run out of people, then we start to doubt our ability to generate new leads. So I want to talk about that real quick. What are some of the number one ways that you think to yourself when you're thinking, okay, I got this circle. Some of these people support me. Some of these people can tell me to go kiss their butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they don't like the fact that I'm in business anyway, right? What are you doing to generate leads? When you're thinking, I need to generate leads, what are you doing?
Man, you said earlier you got to give something away for free so people can actually see the value that you have.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you need to serve first?
You got to serve first, man. A lot of people ain't going to do business with you because why would they do business with you? They never tasted your stuff. They don't know what you got. They don't know what you can offer. So you got to give stuff away for free. And then once they taste it, they're like, oh, I want some more. This some game I never heard of. I need to dig a little deeper. So you gotta give stuff away for free. If you got food, you gotta have a budget to give away a certain amount of food every month. If you got an online product, you need to have something got to be free. And the free, it has to be valuable because people know BS when they see it. Like this, you can give away the same thing that you're charging for. Just give it away. What else? And make sure it's good information, not the watered down information, because people know the difference between free watered down information and free quality information.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big difference. If give away your best stuff for free, and then they'll come. If you feel like that's all you got to offer, I mean you don't know enough. You need to go start studying a little bit more before you start actually getting into some education. I think that's the main thing for leads. But once you get the leads, a lot of people drop the ball here too. What you gonna do with it? You're gonna let them sit there. You're gonna call them. You're gonna text them. You're gonna offer them something. You could be like, hey, just for coming, hang out with me and believing in what I had, I give you 15% off, 10% off. Now it's time to start building that relationship with that new lead that you have. Once you build a relationship, follow up, and then they become a customer. And then once they become a customer, you still got to treat them right because they may know 10 other people that need the same thing you have. But people tend to drop the ball. Soon as they pay you, you're done with them. Most people don't make the relationship solid. You know what I'm saying? Because they're only there for money. They don't really care about the real relationship with that person. That's why a lot of people businesses don't grow. Because you never know who that one person is attached to. It could be 10 people, could be 100 people, could be a wealthy individual that you've been trying to get attention from. You don't know who these people are attached to. Just like the Keith Lee situation. He always sends his family in. As you can see, he never shows who his family is. You don't know what his family looks like. He just say, I send my family in. He never says, it's a black guy, it's a white guy, they tall, they got curly hair. So if you always showing your best effort, you good. But people don't do that. That's what I got to say about that, man. What you got to say about that, Don?
Listen, we just got a call. Was it yesterday? Call yesterday. It was from my chiropractor. I've been giving away books at my chiropractor. If you go on and take a look at how much my book costs, every time I go to the chiropractor, I leave at least 3 books. And then people say, oh, how do I pay for this book? I said, nope, the author said it's free. All right. And we've been doing that for 2.5 years, giving books away. And
what's the reason for that?
Well, the thing is so that people have something to read. That's number one. But they need to taste it first, because what we talk about is something that that most people are unaware of. Okay? So when you're unaware, people who don't understand, they usually just say no. But when you give them an opportunity to understand without cost, without fear, now they may say, oh, I know a little bit about I know a little bit about this, and I'll give them a call. But the thing is, out of all that time, I think we've gotten 2 calls out of 2.5 years of giving out books. But
Not 10 years.
one client will buy 10 years worth of books.
And keep in mind that he's paying to go to that service provider.
Yeah.
And leaving free books after paying his bill at that service provider.
Exactly.
So most people would stop giving free books after 4 or 5 months because they feel like they're wasting money.
No, man. Listen, you got to you like you were just saying. You don't know who's going to pick up the book. You don't know who's going to put it out on social media. You don't know who's going to blow it up. And so we're also on YouTube every week. All right. People are used to seeing us on at this time on these days. Okay. Now I'm either live or it's a replay, but we are there at that time on these days. Okay. Yeah. And that's and that consistency is very important. And when you do that and you're looking at, because you guys can see how many people are in the room watching it right now, but you don't see everybody. You don't see everybody. I have people call me. They said, I have watched your videos for the last 2 years. And then they decide to call.
After 2 years.
What if we were inconsistent with our timing, with our putting the videos out? And now he says, now somebody who was going to call says, well, shoot, if I can't count on him to be online when he say he gonna be online, can I trust him to do good business?
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
That's a great point right there.
That's a hell of a point. And that's exactly what happens when, it's funny. That's exactly what happens in business, right? When you go to a business.
Byron.
What's that?
I said I want to tap into that.
Yeah,
too.
Jump in.
Well, a couple of things that he just said, because I know you're talking about when you go into business, but I want to circle back for a second, because one of you, I think it may have been O'Neill, showed the video where she asked, should I have closed? What's your opinion? The money was running, it cost money to have these things on. We only had 3 people come in. So I went ahead and closed 3 hours early. And you said, Byron, about the consistency. And if your hours are this time frame, why are you leaving early? And that's really the point that Don was just making too, right? If you're telling people whether they come that day or not, because people are watching, right? And people need to see consistency. Sometimes people need to see or hear something 7 times before they even take action. And so if you are saying our business hours are these, but I'm just going to leave early every day because no one's coming in, what happens to the person that you don't know about that has coordinated a group of 25 people to come eat dinner or come eat lunch? You don't know they're coming because they didn't think they had to make a reservation, because they know that on Google, your hours say that you're open for this time period. So now you have this big party that made you a part of their day, and you're not even there to receive them because you decided that you're going to leave early. One of the things, Don just showed a video of the great Dr. E.T., and one of the things that he said, one of the reasons why he blew up is because he took to YouTube, I believe it was every morning at 5 a.m. or something like that. And he said it didn't matter how tired he was. It didn't matter what time zone he was on. He said it didn't matter if he only had an hour or 2 of sleep at night. It did not matter. He set his alarm every single day. And he did a video, regardless on if he was on vacation, if he was out of town, if he had little sleep, at whatever said time he did it. And his thought process was, there is someone out there who doesn't know or who doesn't care that I'm on a different time zone. They don't know or they don't care that I'm on vacation. They don't know or they don't care that I only got an hour of sleep. They need my service. They need to hear my message right now in this moment. And they are depending on me showing up, my consistency. And that's what he has attributed to the growth of his business and the expansion of his success, showing up consistently at that time, whether they were listening or not, whether they were tuned in or not, because his belief was if he touched one person and if one person had the opportunity to listen to him at that time that day, it was worth it.
You know, I got to say this, and this is the first time I've had an opportunity to talk about that. Where you saw that video was at the Gaylord in Nashville, and Ashley was one of our speakers. And Ashley, could you just share? I mean, it was a huge ballroom, all right, and ET was there. I had to, and I won't tell you what I paid him, but the money I was going to use to buy my Tesla
Real talk.
went to him. Okay. And we had, and the food was not rubber chicken. I'm talking, it was gourmet meals. Okay. It was 3 days. Okay. And the speakers' hotel rooms were paid for. I want to tell you, and we had 16 speakers. All right. So Ashley, will you just tell them a little bit about what you experienced there? Because the thing is, there weren't enough tickets sold to cover the whole event. Okay.
Yeah, they come out of pocket.
Had to come out of pocket. Now, here's the thing. I had no idea ET was going to mention my business because I didn't know. I did not know. Remember I told you I had a business partner I had to divorce myself from? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't play the whole thing because he mentioned the guy's name and he says, "Oh, and you he says, this guy showed me showed me this program and you took the credit." And he said that, but I cut that out of the video. All right. I had no idea he had used the pill method to pay off his house. So
that worked out.
Wow.
So here's what I want to say, and Ashley can say what she has to say, but I want to ask you, did I lose money on the deal?
Oh, not from that video. You good for life now.
Facts.
And see, here's the thing. So just like the young lady said in the video, she was committed and she did not need any money. She was committed to assisting because she believed in the mission. And people will go farther for you and with you, right? When they know that you're doing right by people and you're doing the right thing. So to Don's point, I've never told anyone that Don didn't sell the number of tickets I'm sure he would have wanted to sell, or that he went out of pocket and had to upfront a lot of the expense. And I did not know he forfeited his Tesla to do so. So I did not know, nor did I share what I did know. But we noticed it there. The speakers, we knew that he didn't meet his goals, but he stayed committed to the plan. He stayed committed to the future direction that he's seeking to go on and take his vision and his mission and his business forward to. He stayed committed to the people that he's striving to touch. And I'll tell you, the day that I was scheduled to speak, May 22nd, 2022, is the day that my dad passed away. And I could have very easily said, I'm not speaking. I'm leaving. I'm going to be with my family. But I woke up that morning and I said, Don, I need to get back home. But I'm committed to what you have here. If you're able to get me to speak earlier versus the time that I'm scheduled to speak, I am happy to honor my commitment. And I did. I spoke earlier. No one could tell what was going on with me personally. I think I did a darn good job.
You did.
And then I packed up and I went home to be with my family on the day that my dad passed away. And I felt good about making that decision because you feel good to stay committed to someone that you know is doing well by others and they're doing the work and you see their consistency and commitment to the work that they're doing. And so I am grateful, and I will always say that that day changed my life. Obviously, I miss my dad, but I believe that I gained power in doing what I knew I was supposed to do and supporting the vision and mission of someone else who knows what they're supposed to do in that day and by being present, right? And so forever, he has people that will stay committed and say, hey, I'm willing to help you. What else do you need, Don? If he calls me or anyone else, I'm sure from that weekend experience, we will all turn in and rally behind and support him. That is what I'm referencing when I say you can't stay short-sighted. And so that woman who decided to keep the 5,000 was focusing in on the today. And she's not thinking about all the things that will now be a ripple effect. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be her demise or she can't turn it around or she can't pull it back together, but this will forever leave an impression on people that you may not have the opportunity to clean back up afterwards.
It's a fact. You know, Ashley, that kind of reminds me of concept, right? It's concept. And let's say, Ashley, if I could give you $1, right? If I can give you $1, and for every dollar that I give you, you'll give me $2. At some point in time, let's say 3 months later, for every dollar I give you, you'll give me $2 3 months later, right? How much money can I make giving you $1?
That was a Don question, right?
That was
What did you
That was for you. If I could give you $1, right, and every 3 months you'll turn around and give me $2, right? How many dollars can I make giving you dollars?
Wait a minute. How often are you giving me dollars? Because you said every 3 months I'm giving you dollars. You didn't indicate how.
You giving $2 back.
But how often are you giving me $1?
As often as how many.
Every
at the
day.
end of the day, if I can give you $1 and give me back $2 in 3 months, how many dollars can I give you?
You
All
can
of
give
them.
$1 every day for 365 days and get $6 in 3 months. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. In 3 months. So essentially it's infinite. It's infinite. So the if I literally have the potential to make infinite amounts of money. So here's the thing. So let's look at Amazon, for instance, right? Amazon is able to produce, they have delivery services, right? And the more products that they offer, the more products people are willing to buy, right? The more they're willing to pour into the community or the marketplace with the things that they serve with, the more then the more money they're going to receive. And so a lot of times when we looking at marketing, we look at marketing from we skeptical. We're skeptical about the marketing. But what I'm trying to highlight is the fact that the more we pour into the new leads, typically the more leads we will generate, but we have to trust the process. Gotta trust the process. What's your thoughts on that, Oak?
Most people don't trust in the process. Most people don't believe in themselves. That's the problem. They don't believe in themselves that they can do it. And a lot of people really don't put all their trust into what somebody is saying. Like, if anybody get mentors or read books, most times they give you step-by-step direction of what to do. But us, sometimes we think we know better than what they're telling us to do. You telling me to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, we'd be like, man, I don't know about step 1. That sounds kind of dumb to me. You mean I got to do this for 4 months? I'm going to just go ahead and skip to step 2. But then you're trying to figure out why you're not getting the results like the person that's teaching. You gave you step by step of what to do, but you thought you knew better that you want to skip the line and not do what he said to do. He said do something for 3 months, probably because that's teaching you consistency. It takes consistent. You got to be consistent to make money in business and life or whatever. But you wanted to skip the consistency part and jump straight to something else. So I think people have a problem with following directions and then also being consistent. And that's typically the issue that you see with most people that's not successful in business. They don't know how to follow directions and they're not consistent. They're not consistently open up at 9 like they said it was going to open at 9. They start showing up at 9:15, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and they could have had a line wrapped around the building at 9 o'clock. But everybody left at 9:15 because you ain't show up. Same what you were saying with marketing. You could say, look, I'm going to spend $5,000 a month on marketing for the next 6 months. They stop on month 3 because they spent $15,000 and they never seen a return. But they could have had $60,000, $70,000 come in on the 4th month, but they gave up too fast. They spent the money on a vacation instead of their business.
Well, you know, it speaks to this, right? And this I'm finna help somebody right now. It speaks to this, right? So number one, we want to make sure we need to find out what is the cost of a customer, right? What is the cost of a customer? How do we find out what the cost of a customer is? Oh,
how much marketing you putting out? How much leads coming in? And how many people actually sign the contract or the paper?
But wait a minute.
You
You mean to tell me if I don't market, I won't be able to find out what my cost of a customer is?
Not really.
Damn. So how do I grow a business if I don't know what the cost of my customer is?
You ain't gonna grow a business.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that how did I find out that I can give Ashley $1 and receive $2 in 6 months? I had to find out, number one, what is the cost of a customer? Yeah. Right. And the thing about it is, how do we know that? Well, we have to look at the KPIs, the key performance indicators.
Numbers.
And so that is the reason why marketing and serving the market first is so critically important, because when we serve the market, number one, we're going to find out, do people really like my product, or do I like the idea of having a product and people buying my product? It's a difference. It's a difference. Do the people like my product, or do I like the idea of having a product to give to the people? Two different things. Me having the idea, right, and loving the idea of me giving that product to people is not the same thing as people wanting my product, because the marketplace is going to tell us whether or not it appreciates and is willing to pay for what we are willing to serve. It's a difference. How do we find this information out? We have to look at our KPIs. We have to understand what the cost of a customer is, and what does our customer acquisition process look like? What does our customer acquisition process look like? All of these things work hand in hand, but guess what? You don't get to find this information out without initially giving, right? And putting yourself in position to get that exposure. You have to lead with a give in order to find this information out. Whether you're paying directly for the marketing, or you're giving that product away for free in order to let the marketplace test what you have to offer. There's no ways around this.
Wow. I had no idea this is the direction you were going to go today. I almost didn't show up. I would have missed all of this. You know, when they click on ice10k.com and they say, I want to get a savings and earnings report, it says right up there in big bold letters, this is free. It's a free. I have to pay people to get that information and to produce this. Okay. When you send that information in, somebody on this side gets that information. They have to call you to verify that the numbers are correct. And then we produce the savings and earnings report, and we'll send it out to you. That's the first step in the process. Next step in the process, if you want to talk about that and see how this information can benefit you, then it's only $150 for an hour for consultation. And you're told right then and there, if you don't receive $150 worth of information, tell me before you get off the consultation, I'll send it right back. Everything we do is guaranteed. If you decide you want to do business with us, you get a lifetime guarantee, and I will guarantee your results. If you follow the program, your results are guaranteed. And if we don't do that, all money comes back. Everything we do is guaranteed. There is no risk to our clients. None.
Wow.
For life.
Damn. You locked in. You pay one time, you locked in for life.
Locked in for life.
It's a beautiful thing.
And you will pay it off fast. The hard part is if you follow directions.
If you follow directions. So this is kind of what this is what we're talking about, is what are you, how are you serving? What are you giving? And everybody that comes to us gets help. Because not everybody is qualified for our program. But everybody can get some help.
It's a beautiful thing.
So nobody is turned away. It says, well, I was hoping to be able to get your entire program for this. It says, well, frankly, you don't have enough debt for our program. Let me see what I can tell you that can help you. Let me give you some ideas that can help you. And then when you buy a house or whatever that is, you can qualify for our program. You're in a better position. But everybody who wants help gets help of some type of degree.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And we definitely want to hear more, because we got as a matter of fact, Thursday, we're going to be talking about first-time home buyers. So, Don, we're going to definitely need your help on that segment to help these first-time home buyers be able to put themselves in position, right, to be able to pay these houses off ASAP, right? Instead of giving all that money to the bank, you need to put that money into your pocket. And we're going to be talking about that in depth on Thursday. So you do not want to miss how to not get scammed buying that first house. Because a lot of people are going into this thing not knowing that they got all kinds of incentives that's available, not knowing that there's tons of government programs out there, right? Not knowing how to find the right realtor, right? And the right mortgage people that will have their best interests at heart, right? And then also learning how to not give all your money away to the bank. Yeah. You don't want to give all of your money away to the bank. So we're going to be talking about that in depth on this coming Thursday. So make sure you share the room out. Also, if you're in the room right now, go ahead and hit the like button. Yeah, go ahead and hit the like button, because we teaching today. And I want to dive back into this real quick, because we just found out some critical pieces in terms of how to acquire a customer. We got to find out what is the cost of our customer. We got to track our KPIs. And then the next thing we got to do is figure out how to generate leads, right? All in this process. But all of these things, they start with a give. They all start with a give, right? The next thing we're going to have to learn how to do, is we got to figure out how to follow up.
Consistently following up.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me we got to, not just after we got the customer in, we got to continue to follow up? We got to continue to check on our customer?
You got to see the best way that customer responds. Is it text message? Is it emails? Is it phone calls? You know what I'm saying? You can have a client that's 70, you know what I'm saying? You send them texts and they don't know how to text back, or they don't know how to read text. You got to qualify the leads that's coming in. What's your best way to receive marketing? You don't ask it like that, but what's your best way of communication? You know what I'm saying? You send them texts, but they may be a phone call person or email person. That person will never be your customer because you're marketing them the wrong way. And they're interested in your product. It's just they don't ever see the marketing that you have because they're not receiving the marketing that you send them.
Wow.
I want to add, this is Ruby, y'all. I think a good one for me, I always attach my my calendar so they can book a call with me. But then I also have follow-up emails that go out. Let's say I'm not a good fit, I always give them someone else that they can go to. But people like that. But I think the issue with follow-up is people are scared to bother people. Ask them when they're available in that initial intake. On my intake form, it says, when are you available? Days, evenings, because people are different. And if you give them an opportunity to tell you their availability, they will.
You mean to tell me that if you can't help that person, Ruby, you're going to give somebody else the business?
Oh, yeah, because it's not about, look, I want the customers that want what I have. I don't want customers that are iffy about me because it makes it a hard situation. If I don't have the services that you need, I have no problem partnering with third-party people that I've already vetted and put them on the line with you, because that doesn't mean that I'm not going to get blessings back. Most likely, you're going to say, you know what? I actually do like you. Let me test you out versus them. And oftentimes people circle back. But just because that person doesn't choose me doesn't mean that I miss an opportunity to make a connection in a relationship. Because even though I might not be a fit for you, I might be a fit for someone in your community. And I've had that happen, and I've actually gotten that sale back around. I just didn't fit what they particularly need, and that's okay. I don't need to sell to everybody. I only need to sell for those who really want what I have to offer. And I don't sell websites. I sell transformation.
Oh, I could dig it. Well, listen, we're gonna move this conversation along. I'm telling you, we're finna teach somebody today. We just found out what our cost of a customer is. We found out that we have to follow up, because guess what? What is the best customer that we could ever have is a customer that has already done business with us. Okay. The customer who has already had a positive interaction with us business-wise is the best customer for us to continue to stay with. That's why following up is so critically important, because guess what? In the follow-up, that is going to be your cheapest customer acquisition on the planet, because this person is already known to do business with you. What else we got? Once we find out what our cost of our customer is, we know what our customer acquisitions process look like. Now let's talk about pricing. The lady was just saying that her food was $80. Keith Lee said, was it worth $80? He said, no, it wasn't worth $80. Food wasn't worth $80. And it probably wasn't worth $80, right? And again, another problem, greed. So not only does our lady not know what her cost of a customer is, obviously, because she has not put herself in position to be able to receive enough customers. She hasn't put herself in position to receive enough customers to even test the market. Because why? Prices are too dang on high. Listen, man, this is business fundamentals we talking right now.
Is that what you're saying? Her prices were $80 at a food truck.
Food truck.
Yeah.
She got $80 prices, and I gotta sit in my vehicle to eat her food with a plastic bag that I can pick up from Walmart, and I'm paying $80.
He got dessert,
more than
chicken tenders, some ribs.
Man, do you know that I can listen? I can go to a restaurant, sit down in they AC, you hear me, and feed a family for $80.
And here's the thing, too, you got to keep in mind. So, to your point about she hasn't vetted her service enough, she hasn't served the community enough to know exactly what her value is for the food that she's offering. But here's the thing. She was begging for the help of someone who has proved to be consistent, right? Like, that's what he's known for. Consistently showing up, consistently helping people, building his platform from scratch, doing it alongside his family and growing from there. So people trust what he has to say because of his track record. She hasn't done that. Not to say she can't be trusted, but she hasn't done the amount of work that he has in comparison to build that level of credibility. And then you go and do this, which then tears away trust and credibility before you even have the opportunity to fully build it.
Here's the thing. I don't even think this lady has done enough business, positive business, to even know what to charge people for her food. This is the thing. People think that they can just pick a price. No.
Yeah. I'm not
The
gonna lie, man.
marketplace dictates price.
I got another video. First, would you even eat from a place like this? Because we got to talk about that too.
Ooh.
Like some things you shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be cutting hair and braiding hair at a food establishment.
Ooh.
We got to talk about that. So hold on real quick, man. Let me play this real quick.
Before you play the video, I just want to say what you were saying, Byron, about people going to the marketplace with a perceived value of their product. They haven't looked at their COGS. If you don't know what COGS is, the cost of goods sold. So when they're pricing their product, they're just like, oh, I can just throw a price out there. But you haven't checked your competition and what they set their prices at. You haven't checked what the going rate is. And depending on if you're doing a product versus a service, that also matters too. And then you got to factor in time. But oftentimes people just throw a price out there just to find out. But you can get your price right, but you might have to wait a little bit. You know what I mean? You might have to build your portfolio, and some people don't want to wait that long. So I think it's very key that people know what their value is of their product and not just throw out. And I'm not saying go out there and just be cheap just because everybody's cheap, because you can be the cheap person and I still make more sales than you because I know my value of my product. So take your time to find out what those costs is, and then you'll better be able to predict that. And then from there, just make sure you're over delivering. I think that's really where it's at, is you can move your prices up when you actually show up. When you don't show up and you don't have quality in your product, then people start looking at your product differently.
Big facts, though.
Keith Lee is officially in Dallas. So I asked him for help and come to visit my mom's food truck to hopefully turn it around. She is an award-winning pastry chef. She is a culinary chef. She has 2 degrees. We are just from Milwaukee, and here in Dallas, it's kind of hard with the marketing because we don't know our way even around yet.
Well, we here. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 to 10. He spent $80.11. We are in North Dallas, Texas. We in a hood. I'm not going to say no other way. We in a hood. They outside cutting hair, doing braids, waiting on us. They both on live at the same time, him and his sister. But they outside ready, so we have to be double up the whole time.
Would y'all eat from a place that's doing all this?
It's a party out here. Customer service,
Probably not. They'd have to move that hair. They'd have to move them haircuts a little further down, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have hair in my food.
One person there cooking, but it's a lot of
Facts.
So she has the option to have a lot of hands. I'm gonna show you everything I got, and we're gonna try it and rate it 1 to 10. A pulled pork sandwich, fried ribs with French fries, jerky chicken tacos with beans and rice, and 2 orders of banana pudding. Is this $80 worth of food? In my opinion, no.
But considering the fact that it's been slow and she has to overhead, the fact that this is a food truck and everything is made to order, I understand.
That's expensive, though.
This Dallas weather is bipolar. It was freezing cold when you got here. It's hot right now. Can't be nothing less than 80-some degrees. We're going to start with the pulled pork sandwich. It's loaded. Only thing when you load a sandwich as much as the bottom bun does get soggy. The bottom bun.
Wow. So
it's just really good seasoned pulled pork with pickles.
So you said, oh, you probably wouldn't have ate the food anyway with the haircut and the braid.
It's a weird dynamic, dog.
Yeah, bro.
Cutting hair, playing with braiding hair and food.
Not a good look.
Come on now. You got to keep it real. When you open the box, every bite you can be looking to see if they got a hair in it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Definitely want to shout out Matilda in the building. Good morning, Matilda. Proud member of the NSC crew. You know what I mean?
Eating that pulled pork, man. It's a nice piece of pulled pork. He may take a hair in that joint.
That's a horrible situation. That's a horrible situation.
That's just my thoughts that come to my head. What come to your head when you see that? That's like going to a restaurant. They braiding hair in the kitchen, man. Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. Hopefully they were outside cutting the hair. Hopefully we don't know. But at the end of the day, I just want folks to understand that all of these things come together. They work together. Another piece, and it's probably going to step on some toes as well. All right. The social media presence. your content, right? Your social proof, right? Keeping your name clean. Keeping your name clean is critical. I've literally seen people, I've witnessed this. Matter of fact, I witnessed this last year. Oh, people with stellar social media presence, stellar brands, throwing right in the trash can, because they decided they was gonna scam somebody, right? And they were gonna get away with this. Let me explain something to you. You don't get away with scamming folk.
It's gonna
You
come up.
don't get away with scamming folk. Matter of fact, what sucks about this is that you got people with amazing talents that will throw their talents, brands, social equity. People don't understand. Social equity is a thing. Social equity is a thing, and social currency is a thing. Having social currency is a thing, and it does, just like how you build it up, right? And how a tree can take 100 years to grow, but you can chop it down in a day. That's the same way it works when it comes down to your social currency and social equity, right? So when we are looking at marketing as business owners, we need to be looking at, what does our social currency look like, right? Are we keeping our word? If we're not keeping our word, are we making it right? If we're not keeping our word, are we making it right? What is our social media presence? Are we putting out content that reflects our brand? Are we staying consistent? Are we putting out content that is in alignment with our brand? All of those things are critically important when we think about the marketing process. That's how we find out who is our customer avatar, what our prices needs to be, what is our cost of a customer, right? And then we look at all of those things, we tally those numbers up, and we find out how much money we can make per hour based on the type of customer that we want, based on how much profit we want to make from that particular customer, right? Based on how much time do I have to spend to make this happen, and can I do this consistently over a certain amount of time? Because if all of those components don't match up, you don't have a business that you can scale. And you just have to be real with yourself and recognize that if you're not going to show up consistently, if you're not going to understand what your cost of a customer is, you're not going to track your KPIs to stay on top of those things, right? It's going to be hard for you to be successful in a business. And then the last thing but not least, integrity. Somebody just put it in the chat. Integrity is key, because when people find out you don't have integrity, eventually your name is going to be trash, and people are not going to want to do business with you, no matter what you have to offer.
Integrity, everything.
So when we say we want to be business owners, I'm just saying,
a lot come with that.
A lot come with that.
It is important. I will tell you this, Byron, and we're proud of this, and I thank God for it. I've been in business for 18 years. If you Google pill method, birth control is on page 2. That's how long we've been out. Okay? You go to our Better Business Bureau's A+ rating, and in 18 years, not one single complaint. Not one.
Wow.
If
Beautiful thing right there.
If you Google us, you will not find one bad word about our business out there. Not one, from anybody who's actually done business with us. So that's
good for 18 years.
Yeah, what you're saying is important. What you're saying is important. You know, when you do right by people. Now, we've had some people who tried it, but they were in the wrong, and they knew that I could. And so if they come out there with something public, okay, then I says I got all the evidence. We record every single interaction with our clients. It's recorded and we have it. So if they come out, they try to come back in a certain way, we certainly get that straight real quick, because you were told this. Here's were your expectations. Here's what we said we were going to do. Here's what you paid. Here's what we delivered. Now, did you follow the instructions? The answer is no.
Well, that cognitive amnesia is something, man.
I'm telling you.
That's what I call it. Cognitive amnesia. Boy, let me tell you, boy, you can conveniently forget some very important details, can't you?
The recording come back, you be like, oh,
wait a minute. I conveniently forgot. Wait a minute. Boy, let me tell you, that is hilarious. Listen, man, I just want to say,
I think one of the reasons why he probably doesn't have any negative reviews out there too, and I think this holds true to a lot of businesses and brands who are committed to service, is you usually go above and beyond with your delivery. Right? Like, you're not giving the bare minimum. You're going beyond what you've offered or guaranteed. And that's why people leave with a great experience and willing to share raving reviews, because they feel like they got more than what they paid than less than what they paid. And I think that's a key principle that a lot of people miss, right? So there's a way, even in that video, was it worth $80? No. But I'm going to justify why it was $80. And then I'll just, make sense of it in my mind, and it's cool. But on the flip side, there is a way for people to say, man, look at all this food that I got for $80. I only spent $80 for all of this. That immediately changes how people perceive you, what they think about you, and the feeling that they're going to carry along with them associated to the service or the product that you provided. And so I know for me personally, I always try to go above and beyond, deliver more, and make my clients feel like, whoa, wait a minute, this is all you're charging me? Because I'd rather have that than, I use her services, but she charged way too much. I don't even know what I got for the money that I paid.
bad, yeah. Ain't gonna lie, that food in Texas is expensive though.
You want to give more value than you ever receive in money. Always give more in value than you ever receive in money. You will not have a problem.
Facts.
Right. That's right.
Well, listen, I just want to say I appreciate everybody for rocking with us. Hopefully you gain some insight on marketing, business ethic from this video. I thought it was a dope piece of content to share, because I feel like a lot of us, even though we're not as egregious as she was in the videos, but we do a lot of the same things when we're not tracking our KPIs, when we're not marketing effectively, right? When we're not pouring back into our businesses, we're committing the same business ends, right? When we're not thinking long term, when we're giving up because only 2 people showed up today, only 3 people showed up today, right? It's the same type of business sins being committed. We may look at hers and judge hers on a different light because it was so egregious and so outlandish, right? But at the end of the day, if you're doing it on a small scale, it's no difference from doing it on a big scale. The only difference is one is more insidious and it catches up with you later, right? And the other one is just she found her mistake early. Hopefully she found her mistake.
But it's hard to find a mistake early if you're justifying your actions.
Ooh,
and if you listen
when you have no accountability, my God.
Yeah, if you listen to that video, she's basically saying, I was right for what I did. So the whole world's telling her, no, you weren't.
It'll be a struggle.
It's going to be a struggle. But, I want to share, too, that the example that I gave earlier about, you're leaving earlier than your hours indicate, and then you're not there to receive a blessing, right? So I owned and operated a franchise business for 8 years. I don't always get a chance to talk about this experience background, but I owned and operated a business for 8 years. And at the very beginning, when we were building our business and building our customer base, there were plenty of days where I literally just sat there. Like I was just sitting in my studio, and I was doing everything that I could. I was, walking around outside, passing out handbills. I was talking to people. And see, the type of business that I owned and operated, it was something that you had to be prepared to do, right? It wasn't like a restaurant. You could just walk in and say, oh, I'm going to try this food. Like you had to be prepared to engage in this particular service for 2 to 2.5, upwards to 3 hours. So it wasn't like someone could just drop what they were doing in that moment and come. So the long game is what I had to focus on, planting seeds, letting people know that we were there and just being present. And so I would bring a list of things that I could do for the business during those hours of operation. And I would bring a list of things that I could do to personally grow and develop. And so I made the most use of that time, but I can't tell you the number of times that without me knowing, a client would come up. She and her coworkers decided at the end of the workday, you know what, we need to do something fun. Let's just all go together and check the spot out. And they just showed up to come to the business, and I had no clue they were coming. But if I left early because, oh, it's dead, oh, no one's here today, I wouldn't have been there to receive it. And so I think she's setting a bad precedence in that way as well by just, flipping the lights off, leaving early and say, okay, I'm going to be gone. Because are you really running a business at that point? Or are you operating a hobby that's not beneficial for you in that moment, and you're going to wait another day to do it again?
Listen, man.
I want to share one last thing here about you talked about the cost of a customer, and this is a classic example. If you are a Uber driver, Lyft, or a cab driver, okay, and if you're trying to make a certain amount of money per day, and because that you set your goal, all right, what a lot of drivers will do is that when they're not making a lot of money, they will drive all day and half the night trying to get that goal. Your cost per customer has just gone down. Okay? When it's jumping and you're making a lot of money, I've made my goal in half the time and now I'm going to go home. When your cost of per customer is at its lowest, you want to go home now. But you work all day and half the night for a little bit of money, but when you're making money, you won't stay out. Please switch that around. That's all I got to say.
Love it.
Hey, man. You're speaking to somebody right there. Yeah, man. Hope you enjoyed today's show, today's content. I think it was pretty good, man.
Yeah,
especially
thanks for having me back, you guys. I miss y'all.
So,
we miss
so
you
we
back.
appreciate you. They miss your voice. You know what I'm saying? Well, man, it was phenomenal, man. Especially a lot of people, they don't really understand the marketing. So I'm happy we got to deep dive into that. A lot of people don't know how to find the cost of an actual customer. People don't even know how much the customer costs to get. The acquisitions, the customer acquisitions cost. So hope we broke that down for y'all, man. Especially with giving away something for free. A lot of people don't want to give nothing for free. You know what I'm saying? You got to give away something for free to attract some leads. Then you got to actually massage them leads to turn them to actual clients.
Got to massage them leads, bro.
Got to use both them hands, man. Sometimes you got to put them feet in there too. You know what I'm saying? You got to rub that oil in there. The warm, the oil to get warm. Don't get the oil that stay cold.
You need that warm.
Nobody want to massage. Yeah, nobody want to massage with some cold oil, man. You got to have that warm oil. And then if you want to go a step further, you get the oil that smell good, taste good. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you got to do. And you got to massage your customer, man. The better you give them a massage, the more money they're going to spend with you. The more they trust you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
They be like, that's a hell of a massage.
Yeah, for real though. I'm using massage, but it's the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, tell them happy birthday, Merry Christmas. You know me, you want to send them a little card or something. That's a massage.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying, Byron?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm thinking back in high school, you know what I'm saying? You watching a movie, you want to watch a movie, you tell a chick, let's go watch a movie. Your head, you like, man, I ain't trying to watch no movie, I'm trying to make a movie. So how I start, let me give you a massage real quick. You know what I'm saying? What happened after the massage? What happened after the massage? You win the prize. For the most part. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah,
hilarious, man. That is hilarious, bro.
That was a good analogy, wasn't it?
That was a hell of an analogy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, because I know we all done been there before, man. We all done got the let's watch the movie. The movie never get to watch. The movie start watching you. You start massaging, you know what I'm saying? The massage leads to other things, and boom.
Boom. You're on your way.
You got a kid. 2 months later. That's how it be sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Sign up for deals you ain't ready for.
Hilarious, man.
That's how it is, man. Look, see, Sophia said that's Bam. Bam be using the massage situation. But the same thing, man. Same thing when it comes to business, man. You got to massage your customer. Give them away free things. And then, you know, you close the deal, man. Like you would in the situation I just said. We got any final words, B?
Man, listen, I think, we just have to remember that integrity does go a long way. Even if you feel like nobody is watching, I'm pretty sure that lady felt like nobody was going to be able to see her steal that money, right? Probably felt like nobody was going to be able to see that. But guess what? We was able to see that. And now that the marketplaces was able to see that, now we don't want to do no business with her ever again. Keeping your name clean is important. Huh?
I'm happy you said that. You have to listen to the market. If the whole TikTok and Instagram is telling you wrong, swallow that pill and say, get on the internet and say, look, guys, I was wrong for what I did.
Facts.
I'm going to go ahead and send this money right now.
Facts.
You got to recover. You got to bounce back. You got to figure out how can you recover from this situation.
You don't double down on stupidity now.
Come on, bro. You get on that joint talking about it ain't my fault. It ain't my Yes, it's your fault.
It's your fault.
How can you messed up? Now it's time to recover. She ain't trying to recover, bro.
She doubling down on the stupidity. Yeah.
Come on, now.
Yeah. She calling.
You got all them eyeballs on you. Now it's time to recover while everybody looking at you.
Oh, she said she just need to be able to steal in peace, bro. That was all. That's all.
Come on, bro. That's what she's setting us up for more failure. But
yeah, bro.
And with that being said, man, y'all have a good day. Go make some money, man. Make sure y'all check out ice10k.com. Make sure y'all show up on Thursday, man. Thursday we having a home buyers show. It's gonna be fire. We're gonna have a lender here. We're gonna have a realtor here. We're gonna have a builder's representative. We're gonna have Don in here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of people here, a lot of game giving. You know, we don't give no watered down information. We'll be down deep into it. And make sure y'all show up, pull up 6:30 Central Standard Time on Thursday. We'll be here. We always here. We consistent. You know what I'm saying? If we say we're gonna be here, we're gonna be here.
Facts.
For the last 3.5 years, or 3 years and 2 months, we ain't never let y'all down. But with that being said, man, make sure you like the video, share, subscribe. If you can, man, if you want to join the family, man. Show us some love. You know, show yourself some love. Next to that subscribe button, they got the join button. They got 3 different levels. They got legacy, visionary, and trailblazer. Click one right now. Oh, man.
Yes,
that being said, we out. Peace.
What's up, y'all? So most people struggle with sales. A lot of us in real estate, and we struggle with our sales. We struggle with follow-up, we struggle with leads, and we just basically missing out on deals. For me, I just got on Taskify CRM. They send messages out for you. And look, a lot of us have work. When you get off of work, you have hot leads ready for you. Make sure you check out Taskify CRM. I'm telling you, it automatically replies for you. And look, it sends you multiple messages. Like we talking about drip campaigns, so you're not missing up on the lead follow-up. So make sure you check out Taskify CRM. Use coupon code NoStingyEnergy to get 10% off. I'm about to show y'all inside my CRM so I can see how it really works. Make sure y'all check it out. Peace.